Ha! Hey everyone, Hassan here. Welcome to the world of Ha. Today I got another Power Rangers review for you. This is the Legacy Thunder Megazord, the latest item in the Power Rangers Legacy toy line, which is the toy line geared towards collectors. You know, these things are usually much more expensive than your average toy, but they also have die-cast metal pieces. They're much more detailed and everything. So this is the latest in the Legacy toy line, the Legacy Thunder Megazord from Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. And this thing is awesome. At least just initially from the box. I obviously haven't opened it yet, so I wanted to do kind of an unboxing and then obviously a full review as well. So, really cool packaging right here. Obviously in the same style as some of the other Legacy items as well, with the typical classic green packaging for Mighty Morphin Power Rangers right here. So I'll kind of show you the packaging up close a little bit. Legacy Thunder Megazord, you got your Mighty Morphin Power Rangers logo right here. And of course, ages 15 plus, because this is geared towards collectors. So really cool packaging, awesome stuff. This is obviously from Mighty Morphin Power Rangers Season 2. And so it's got your 5 Thunderzords right here, all 5 of them shown here, and they do combine, of course, and there's the Thunder Megazord attack mode as well, and it mentions metallic paint and die-cast parts, so that's pretty awesome. The side of the box then has a couple different things. So it has the secret of the Power Zords, a little description right there, so you can pause the video and read that if you would like. Although it looks backwards on camera, so I don't know if you'll be able to read it. But it's nothing too special, it just talks about the different Zords. And then there's the Thunder Megazord right there as well with some little stats and stuff. Yeah, nothing too fancy. The other side has the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers story, which is found on the other items as well, so no surprise there. There's the top of the box right there. The bottom of the box tells you all the different pieces that are inside, which we'll obviously take a look at. And then you have the back of the box. So this is obviously showing a couple different things. So it shows you the 5 different Thunderzords. So I'll show you right here. So you have the Red Dragon Thunderzord, which switches between Dragon Mode and Warrior Mode, which is awesome. The Lion Thunderzord, Firebird Thunderzord, Unicorn Thunderzord, and Griffin Thunderzord. All 5 of those combine to make the Thunder Megazord. Also, you can make the Mega Tigerzord. So if you have the Legacy White Tigerzord, you have these, the Thunderzord Assault Team, as they call it, these 4. It can combine to form the Mega Tigerzord. So, a whole lot of stuff going on here, and I'm really excited to just get this open and see all the pieces as well. So I'll show you all the combinations too. But first, we just gotta do an unboxing, so let's check it out. Now this item retails for $199.99, I believe it is, so basically $200. So it's a pricey item, but usually the Legacy items are quite expensive. Definitely geared towards collectors. So, there's your box. Okay, I'll move that to the side. You got your instruction sheet right here. Full back and front, lots of stuff here, so I'll take a look at that. Move this away, and ooh. Ta-da! Oh, there's a piece at the bottom that fell off. So here's the little sled piece, which we'll take a look at in a second, but there it is right there. So, actually, let's just open this up. So, you can put all the pieces on this little sled here, and I'll show you guys that in the review, but that's what this is here. Now we have all the individual pieces, so, move that out the way. Okay, first up, we have the Unicorn Thunderzord. So I'll show it to you up close in a little bit, but just out of the package right here. You have the Griffin Thunderzord right here. So you got that, the Yellow Ranger. Okay. You got this little piece right here, which is this a part of the sword, I think, maybe? No, I don't know what this is. No, this is the tail of the Firebird Thunderzord. I'm looking at the back of the box to see where this goes. So I think this is the tail of the Firebird Thunderzord. Nice and shiny, I like it. Oh, here we have the sword. This thing looks pretty sweet. So there's that. Does it come out of here? Ooh, look at that. That's pretty slick. Yeah, really nice shiny paint that they used on this thing. I love the metallic paint. So I'll show it to you up close, but I love this sword already. It looks awesome. We have the staff for the Red Dragon Thunderzord here. So that's pretty cool looking. Then you got a couple of other little pieces here. So just other small little components. You have the chain right here. So let me open this up. So you got the chain right here. Okay. We have, the Firebird Thunderzord. Without the tail, which was already seen there, but here it is right here. Okay. We have the Lion Thunderzord right here. And it's in a couple pieces. Right here, but this is already, I can tell, really shiny looking, really nice. The metallic paint just looks awesome. And I can feel some die-cast metal in the leg pieces here as well. So we got those pieces. So lots of different pieces in this box. I suppose, you know, when you do get a Megazord that's got 5 Zords together, you're going to get a lot of pieces. The recent releases, like the White Tigerzord and stuff, it's one Zord that turns into a Megazord, so it's different. You have the helmet piece right here, so that looks pretty cool. You got whatever this is. And then last but not least, I think that's all the other pieces. Yeah, so this thing, this is the part that I'm most excited about right here. You have the Red Dragon Thunderzord in warrior mode right here, which looks pretty cool. I can feel a little bit of metal, I believe, in some parts of it, but it just looks really nice. The shiny paint and everything. Yeah, this just looks really cool at first glance. So I'm excited to kind of mess around with this some more and see all the other pieces. But that's that as far as all the individual pieces go. So now I'm going to kind of put this all together, look over the instructions and learn how to use this thing, and then I'll be back to continue my review. So here we go. Alright, so I got the 5 Thunderzords out of the package, all set up, and I've been playing around with this thing, and it's pretty cool. I dig it. You know, there's a couple minor little things that I kind of wish would be improved a little, which I'll touch upon, but overall, I think it's actually a pretty cool set of Zords, and there's a lot to like about these. So first thing I want to do is show an up-close look at each of these Zords real quick. So we'll start with the Red Dragon Thunderzord right here in warrior mode. I will show you the dragon mode soon as well. But first up, you have the warrior mode, and really nice detail on this thing. The paint is great. Nice metallic paint, really nice and shiny. Just looks really cool overall. Really, really nice. You know, the green and gold on the sides there. I mean, all of that stuff just looks really nice. There's the back right there. Really, really cool stuff. And then you have the little staff right here as well. Let me take it out of the hand and kind of show that to you. So nice shiny gold, good texture feel to it. Pretty cool. So, I mean, there it is right there. And, you know, articulation-wise, so the head does rotate all the way around. Oh, whoops, the head's supposed to be down. There you go. That's actually what it's supposed to look like. So the head does rotate all the way around right there. The arms can move up like that. They can also rotate all the way around as well. And they can bend at the elbow like that. And the hands, there's 2 sets of fingers here. So there's 2 sets of fingers that can go like that, and 2 sets of fingers there as well. So you can open the hand and close it like so. Okay. As far as the legs go, they can bend apart kind of, except the middle piece kind of bends too. So not really. And they don't really move forward or back necessarily. The legs are pretty stationary. You know, you can move them a little bit like that, but these things kind of open like that. And so, I mean, I suppose you can try and pose it in some way, but it just makes it really tall and a little weird looking. So for all intents and purposes, really the legs are kind of meant to be stationary. You do have the feet here, which do move, you know, all the way around, so you can kind of lean it forward or back, but obviously because of the weight of it, it'll fall over if it's not flat and straight. So just keep that in mind. So there is, I believe, some die-cast metal right here, and I don't think there's any other die-cast metal here. I think just the chest piece here. The rest doesn't feel like metal. So not too much die-cast metal here, but just the middle chest piece has some as well. So it gives it a decent weight to it. I'll transform it in a little while, but for now I just wanted to kind of show you that. So we'll move him to the side. Okay, let's take a look at the Firebird Thunderzord. And this one is probably the worst one out of the bunch. Simply because I don't think there's... Oh, actually, I take that back. There's a teeny bit of die-cast metal in the neck right here. It's painted red, so it blends in, but you can feel it right here. So, but other than that, it's basically plastic. It feels pretty cheap, I mean, it looks kind of nice with the shiny gold, especially the tail piece there is nice and shiny. So there's that. So it looks nice. And this is all paint. There's no stickers and stuff. So it looks nice, but it feels cheap. It really does feel cheap. Even that little bit of die-cast metal there, you really don't feel it much. So it feels cheap to me. So I kind of wish they would have, added a little bit more in here or something, but that's probably the weakest one out of the group. Then we have the Griffin Thunderzord right here. So here's the Griffin, so we'll kind of take an up-close look at it. Some really nice silver and gold and everything they use there. Really nice design there. The actual face of it right there is pretty nice looking as well. So yeah, I mean that's that. There's the bottom. And so on. So as far as die-cast metal goes, I believe, it's hard to tell sometimes. I believe like some part of this here is die-cast metal, some part of it, maybe like the actual piece here, because it is cold to the touch too right now. So like the metal I think is getting cold. Maybe even more of it, but it's really a mix. I feel like there's a middle piece inside that's die-cast metal, and then the outside is all kind of just plastic and stuff. So, I suppose the middle piece kind of gives it a bit of weight to it. So that little piece in the middle that's die-cast metal kind of gives it a little bit of weight, and it's fine as is. I don't think adding any more die-cast metal would have really, been too big of a deal. So, it serves its purpose, and it's nice enough. And then we have the Unicorn Thunderzord, which is very similar. Although obviously now we have some blue color, and the blue and silver looks kind of nice there. That looks pretty cool, that little design right there. So there's that. The face as well looks pretty nice. Just overall pretty cool. And again, same kind of thing. I think you get a bit of die-cast metal in the middle there, but otherwise not much else. So there's that. Okay, and then we have the Lion Thunderzord. I think this one probably has the most die-cast metal, but even then, not too much. First of all, it looks really nice. The metallic paint really shines on this Zord, especially with all the gold and everything that it has there. Yeah, I mean, first of all, look at that face, man. Like, that just looks great. The metallic paint just really makes it shine. The top part here, which is obviously the chest of the Thunder Megazord, looks great. The metallic green looks nice, and I think they've got like this bit of translucent plastic on top, sort of, but it really makes it kind of pop a little bit, that centerpiece, and it just looks really nice. You can kind of see it, like there's this layer on top of the green there, but it makes it look really nice. So I think that looks great. There's the bottom. So the helmet piece is like the tail here. So this part looks okay. The actual little green orb in there, like that little piece, looks kind of cool too. Especially when it's on the Thunder Megazord on the top of the helmet. But as is, you also get this little piece here right in the middle, which looks great. Yeah, I mean, as is, it's really nice. Now this one, the silver pieces you see here are the die-cast metal. So this is where you're going to get a lot of your weight on this thing. Otherwise, the rest is, well, hold on, let me if I connect it again. otherwise, that's it for the die-cast metal. There's not any other, like this chest piece and stuff. I don't think there's any metal here. Doesn't feel like it. It's pretty light. I think the rest is all just plastic. I think the only bit of metal that you have is in the legs right there. But, you know, that being said, it does serve its purpose. Now, these pieces don't exactly, like, attach on super sturdy. So they can come off kind of easily as well. So keep that in mind. But overall, I think it looks nice. So anyways, that's a lot of detail into these Zords because, you know, that's the whole point of these legacy items. I mean, there's so much detail in these and it just looks great. So now I want to show you the sled that it comes with. So you have this right here, and basically there's a couple pieces to it. So here's the main sled piece right here, and this was separate. You just attach it on like so. So this is what it's going to look like. Okay, there's the bottom right there. It's flat. So there it is. So then you have these two black pieces. These are used for the sled right here, for this whole combination, which is how you form the Thunder Megazord attack mode. But then they're also used for the Mega Tigerzord combination as well. So anyways, the way that it's going to work on here essentially is, I just have to remember correctly, it's going to slide in. The two little pegs right here are going to go upwards, so it just kind of slides in right here, and it clicks in just like that, okay? And then this piece right here, it doesn't really matter which way, up and down is the same, but it essentially just clicks in. You just take the small little hole right there, and it goes into the pegs right there. So just kind of, you just sit it on top of it, push it down, and it's there. It doesn't click in or anything, but it's nice and snug. So there's that. So that's how you get the sled ready for the combination, okay? Then we're gonna start with the Firebird Thunderzord right here. And what you're gonna do is you're gonna pull the head back like so, okay? And then you just basically attach it on with the little pegs right here, right onto these pieces here, and clicks on like that. Just like that, okay? Then we're gonna take the Unicorn Thunderzord, and you're actually gonna push this back and then tilt the head forward, okay? And this is basically just going to sit in. You have these little pegs right here, if you can see. These go in right there. There's two holes right there. So it doesn't click in or anything, it just kind of sits in. If you can get it to fit properly. There. And then you'll also kind of notice this bar right here kind of slides right into this little slot right here. So it just kind of just slides right in. There's no clicking, but it sits nice and snug just like that. So it doesn't really, like if you just kind of touch it, it won't move, but obviously if you push it a little, it'll come off, but it's not meant to click in place. It just kind of sits there. And then the Griffin Thunderzord, you don't have to do anything with. You just sit it on the opposite side, same way, just like that, okay? Then we have the Lion Thunderzord. Let me move this out of the way. And basically what you're gonna do is you have the little holes right here, and it's gonna go into the slots right there. Again, it doesn't click in, it just kinda sits in just like that. So it sits in, so it's nice and snug, just like so, okay? Then I'm actually gonna give the Red Dragon Thunderzord the staff. So I'll open his hand and put that in and close it, okay? And basically, there's, might be a little hard to kind of show on the camera here. Let me try and lift it. There's two little holes right there for where the legs go. So you literally just sit it in. Oops, let me pull the staff up just like that. And he just stands right in the peg. You just have to make sure the legs are flat. There you go. So he just kind of stands just like that. So there you have it. There it is, the combination right there on the sled. You have the Thunder Megazord attack mode right here. And you can kind of, you know, get fancy with it with his arms and like kind of, you know, get him ready to fight or something like that. But it looks pretty cool. I can kind of show you at a distance this whole set. And I really like this. I think this is actually a really cool way to display it. I mean, the Thunder Megazord I'll show you is great, but this is actually another really cool way to display it. And as you can see, if I rotate it around, it's really nice. I think this is actually just a really cool way to display the toy. And because they all kind of just sit on nicely and the sled is flat on the bottom, you can kind of just slide it along. You just have to be careful though, because you know that can happen, as you just saw, and it can kind of fall apart a little because nothing is clicked into place technically. So it can slide off, and that's one of the downsides. Oops, and now this is coming off. One of the downsides of this toy is that some of these things don't exactly click into place a little, so it is a little unsturdy. Not as unsturdy as, say, the original Legacy Megazord was before they re-released it and kind of fixed the joints, or the Legacy Dragonzord when it combines with the Legacy Megazord. That combo is also a little unsturdy. So it's not that bad, but the legs are, you know, they don't click in place right there. I kind of wish these would click in flat just like that. I think that would have helped a lot. But regardless, you know, it still does its job. And as you can see, like this here, this combination just looks great. I think it's a really cool little display piece for the Zords. I think that just looks great. So anyways, that's that. Just kind of wanted to show you that little combination. So I'm going to kind of slide these to the side there, but I'm going to take the Red Dragon Thunderzord right here, and it falls over. So I want to transform this to dragon mode next to kind of show you that. So I'll take out the staff and let's transform this to dragon mode. So the way that this works is, first of all, you take off the head just like that. So it just kind of just slides right out, okay? Then you're gonna take off the middle chest piece right here. So this just pops off, just like that. And you're gonna slide this piece from the back, slide it over, and then you're gonna slide that over just like that. And there's this little green piece. It doesn't click into place, but you'll notice, like if you just hold it like this, well, never mind. Last time I did it, it just kind of stood still, but if you shake it a little, it's still pretty sturdy, like somehow. You know, if you really do it, it comes off, but somehow it just kind of magically just sits there in place. So it's kind of interesting. But anyways, there's that. Okay, and then what you're gonna do basically is we're gonna flip this upside down, and you're gonna bend the arm a little bit like that, and then you're gonna rotate it, and bend it downwards just like that. So he's basically doing like a headstand but without his head. And then you actually split apart the arms. So they kind of just split apart just like that, and you just slide it back a little. So as you'll see here, you just kind of split it apart just like that. Okay, so that's what it's gonna look like. Then you're basically going to take the legs and you're going to fold them inwards like that. So the pointy pieces are pointing inwards, and you slide it down and you basically pull at each of these little joints to kind of stretch out the neck. And this is very similar to the Legacy Titanus joints that you have here. So very similar to that. On this side here, you're going to pull this piece out. If you can see, so this piece was right here, so just pull it out and slide this down. And then you're gonna take this piece that you took off the chest of the warrior mode, and it just kind of clicks in right there, just like that, okay? So you can basically kind of fold it, you know, like that. On the other side here, this piece folds back like that, okay? And then you have this, so you're basically going to slide in the head, so it kind of clicks in, fold this upwards, just make sure that stays in, just like that. And this is, you just kind of, you put it in here, push it down, and it clicks in just like that. And the mouth can open, and there you have the dragon mode right here. So you can kind of pick this up and, oops, this piece came off. You just got to be careful with it. Here's where I'm a little disappointed. So the warrior mode itself had a little bit of articulation, like with the legs, that you couldn't do much of. So I was slightly disappointed in that. And then with the Red Dragon Thunderzord, parts of it look okay and parts are a little annoying to me. Like, I think this central area just looks a little odd to me. This piece is, I wish it would kind of click in somewhere. Plus the arms just look kind of weird to me. Like, that whole thing just looks kind of weird. And it's okay. I guess, you know, there's limited options that they have for doing this, so I think they did what they could. So that's kind of, it's okay to me. But it does have, because of die-cast metal, a decent weight on the center here, so that is nice. But what I do really like is the joints they use, like how they had for Titanus, so you can really, you know, move it around. I think that's great. And I think the dragon here, that just looks really cool. I think they did a great job of that. Even the little teeth right there, just looks very menacing and just looks really cool. So I think that looks nice. You do have this little tail piece here, which looks okay. You know, it's not bad. The downside with this though is you really can't pose it like if you wanted him like the neck up or something. This piece weighs so much more that it has to curve like that. Like, no matter what you do, like if I wanted it to rest like this but have him like looking forward like that, doesn't work. The head will go down, so you have to kind of lift it up so it's at least facing forward somewhat. So you really can't, even though the neck curves, you really can't pose it in any sort of way because it will fall downwards there. That's kind of one little downside of the dragon there. But otherwise, you know, it looks interesting. I mean, that's it is what it is. It's definitely very interesting looking. So, anyways, that's that. Let me kind of transform it back real quick, just so we can continue, because this is really the only thing that the dragon mode is used for. The rest is you're going to need the warrior mode. So I'm going to transform it back. So plop out the head. This goes here, here. Okay, move that to the side. Flip this there. Here we're going to take out the tail and flip this in. Okay. Click these pieces back into place. Click it back into place. Rotate it back like so. Fold it like that. The arms will close in like that. Close it like that. Flip it over. And these can just rotate down like so. So it's actually a very simple transformation, and that I do like. And this whole thing in general is actually very easy to transform, and that's always a plus. I don't like complicated transformations. I think that just bugs me, because then you have to always try and remember, you know, how to do what and that sort of thing. So I like the fact that it's actually a pretty simple transformation there. I can't remember if this is actually, yeah, this way. And then this just kind of slides in like that. And there you have it. There is the warrior mode. So very simple transformation. So that is definitely nice. Okay, next up, we're going to transform this into the Thunder Megazord. So kind of the main event right here. So we already have the warrior mode right there. I'm going to take off these Zords from the little sled here. So let's take those off. Okay, and this. And we'll move the sled away for now. We'll come back to that. Okay, so we have all these Zords right here. So first thing that we're going to do is we're going to start with the Red Dragon Thunderzord. Okay, and we're going to rotate the legs sideways, just like that. Okay, so the pointy part is pointing outwards. Then you're going to fold the legs down so they're pointing downwards like that. The arms, you're going to rotate all the way up. Oops, can't even see. Just like that. And then you're going to rotate this part down like so. Okay? So that's what you're going to do there. So we'll move that to the side. Now, you have the Unicorn Thunderzord. And what you're going to do is just tilt this forward for a second. And you have this little silver piece here. You just kind of, there's one side doesn't have a grip and one side does. So you just kind of stick your finger in there and you have a grip to pull it out. And then basically you just kind of push this back, fold it down like so. And this just kind of stays up like that. Then you have this piece here, which you're going to fold like so. Just be careful that you don't like pinch your finger in any of those things, because it's kind of two big pieces here that really just rotate like that. So just be careful with that. And there you have the leg. Same thing with this one. Tilt it forward, except now the grip is on this side. So just grip it out like that, push it in, and this part just, you know, went down just like that. This stays up, and then again, be careful. There you go. Okay, so there you have the 2 leg pieces right there. So now you're gonna take the Red Dragon Thunderzord, and this just basically, you know, put it side by side, and this will just slide in, and it clicks into place. Oops, I had to click both of them. There we go. So now both are kind of clicked into place here. As you can see, you know, if I hold it up, it just kind of clicks into place as you slide it down. So there's that right there. Okay, next, I'll move that to the side for a second. Have the Lion Thunderzord. We're gonna pop out the helmet right here and move that to the side. Then we're gonna pop off these bottom pieces here, which, by the way, if you're wondering how these stick on, it's a little confusing, kind of. But you have this little piece right here that kind of pushes in. There's a little peg right here. And then on the inside, right here, I don't know if the camera will pick it up, there's a little hole right there. So essentially you just kind of, you just push it in, and the peg gets pushed inwards as you push it up, and it just clicks in just like that. And then you just pull it out same way there. So that's how that works, in case you're wondering. So with the arm pieces right here, you just kind of fold it out, and ta-da, there's a hand right inside there. So there's that. Same with this one. It just kind of folds out just like that. So now to attach these, you just find the part that doesn't have the screws showing, so this one here, and what you're gonna do, let me kind of show you, is you just kind of put in the hand. It's actually gonna slide in. This inside of the hand is hollow, so you just kind of slide it in, and then once it's in, you just push it. Oops. So it has to go down and then here to kind of click in. Just like that, I think. I think it clicked in. Maybe. Did it click in? Yeah, I think it did. Except, just make sure it's like that. Okay, there we go. So essentially right here, there's this little hole right here, so it's really hard to see on the camera because it's all black right here. And so that kind of pegs into right up here. So, slide it in, and then on it just like that. So, okay, it's gonna look a little odd at first. It's gonna look like it should kind of, you know, connect further inwards or something, but it's fine for how it is right now because you're gonna have more pieces in the middle there. So that's all you need for now. Okay, so there's that. Then the next step is basically going to be taking the Firebird Thunderzord right here, and you're gonna take this tail piece off, so you just kind of pull it right out. The Firebird Thunderzord, you know, you just want to make sure the head is back just like that. And essentially, you have the 2 pegs right there. Turn this around, you have the pegs right there. And if you just sort of fold this like that, okay? And you just kind of slide it in between the arms and click it in just like that. So it clicks into place. And then on this side, just fold it inwards, just like that. So there you have it, okay? Then you have the chest piece right here from the Lion Thunderzord. So we have this. And what you're basically gonna do is you're just gonna fold it down, so it's like that, so the lion is facing forward. And then here, you're gonna fold out these little pieces, right here, okay? And then this just kinda slides on, just like that. Then, kind of move the camera up a little. This headpiece actually pulls up just like that. So there's kind of a little bit of the neck showing. It's kind of hard to see, but you just kind of pulled it up a little bit. So it's just there. You have the helmet piece, right? You want to make sure this little peg is folded inside. And then you just kind of lift the helmet piece up. And when you slide it on, when you put it on, you see the little ears or the horns or whatever you want to call it, it kind of slides into the holes on the side of the helmet there. So you just kind of put it in, and it slides through. You see the red kind of sliding through right there? So the ears kind of went through there. And then, dun da da da, bam, there you have the helmet just like that. So, there is the Legacy Thunder Megazord. There's one more piece to it, which is the sword, but real quick, before I put the sword, I kind of want to show it to you, you know, up close, so you can sort of see the detail on this thing and what it looks like. So, I'll start the bottom here. So you've already seen the Zords and everything, the individual Zords, so that part is nothing new. But as you slide it up, so the silver piece that came from the Griffin and Unicorn Thunderzords slides under the Firebird Thunderzord right there, so it all kind of fits in. The lion slides right over that, so it kind of fits in there. The chest piece looks great there. The metallic paint is awesome. You have the helmet piece right there with the green little orb, whatever that is. It just looks really cool, so I think that's nice. And then you have the pieces of the Lion Thunderzord with the fold-out arms right there. And the back looks like this. So there's that. Just to kind of pick it up. So yeah, pretty cool. As far as articulation goes, the legs really don't move. I mean, they can move to the side a little bit, like that, but they don't move forward or back or anything like that. The head can rotate all the way around, so you have that. Oh, you can't even see, sorry. Head rotates all the way around. This thing is pretty big, so it's hard to show the whole thing on camera. That's a little bit of a challenge. And the arms kind of rotate all the way around, but you just have to be careful with it so it doesn't push the chest piece there. So there's that. Plus, they also can move to the side a little bit like that, and the arms can rotate there. The hand itself also rotates all the way around, and it opens up for a nice grip too. So you have a lot of different options right there. So the other piece that it's missing then is the sword. So I want to show you that. So I'm gonna grab the sword right here. So here it is. I want to take an up close look at it. Let me kind of zoom in here. Really nice detail on this thing. Just the metallic paint really makes it shine, especially right here. This looks really cool. So I dig that a lot. Really, really nice. And so the chain that it comes with, you just basically clip it into place right there, and there you have the chain just like that. To take the sword out, you just kind of push, and really nice and shiny, but there it is right there. So clicks into place again. Pretty sweet. So the way that this works is you'll see there's two pegs right here on the bottom of the sword, and there's two pegs right in there as well. So what you're gonna do, first of all, the way they show the chain is they kind of show it like this, and then you just wrap it around again, and it just kind of sits there like that. It's a little weird, but that's kind of how they show it, sort of wrapped around a little bit. If I can get it to wrap around kind of nicely, something like that. You can kind of mess with it and get creative, but you know, essentially, let me get it out of the way, the peg here. Here, let me just peg this in first. Actually, no, I'm gonna have to rotate it around, otherwise it's gonna be a little difficult. So, something like that. And then you just kind of peg it in. There we go. So, something like that, basically. The chain kind of hangs off to the side there, and you can put it down, and there you have it. So now, the Legacy Thunder Megazord is complete. And it looks pretty cool. And of course, you can pull out the sword, like so, and you can open up the hand and have him grip it just like that. And that looks pretty cool. I really dig the way that looks. And because you can kind of have the legs apart a little bit and the helmet turned, like that right there is a really cool way to pose it. I think if you're not gonna pose it with the sled and the attack mode, then this is a really cool way to display it right here. So I definitely say that this is pretty sweet. One thing I want to show you guys, I want to actually try. I haven't tried this yet, but I have. Let me see if I can fit it on camera. Legacy Titanus right here. So I know I'm going to get questions. I'm already anticipating the questions. You know, does the Thunder Megazord, if I can put this back, does it fit into Legacy Titanus? Well, we're going to find out right now. So I'm going to lift this up. And let's see, guys. Is this gonna work? My guess is no. And my guess is correct. The legs are too big, so it does not fit into Titanus. So keep that in mind. It does not fit into Titanus. But, you know, here's the similar neck joint to what I was talking about. for the Red Dragon Thunderzord, you have that similar neck joint right there, which looks cool. So anyways, move that big thing out of the way. And also, just for comparison's sake, you know, I have this here, but let's grab the Legacy Megazord, of course. So side by side, there's a clear size difference. I mean, this thing just looks bigger and it's more massive than the Legacy Megazord. Definitely. So there's definitely a size difference there. I don't know if on the show there was a size difference between the two. I don't remember, to be honest. But for the toys, there definitely is. And I'm gonna throw in the Legacy Dragonzord as well. And even more of a size difference. This thing is much shorter. So yeah, I mean, size-wise, it just makes the Legacy Thunder Megazord look more epic, I think. I don't know if that's how it was on the show. I don't know if there was that big of a size difference, but that's how it is here. And I have the Legacy White Tigerzord as well, which is probably, you know, it's more comparable to the Legacy Megazord in terms of size. And because it looks a little bulkier, it's a little closer to the Thunder Megazord, but still, you know, it towers over it. And just for the heck of it, just because I have it, we have the black and gold Legacy Megazord right there. So lots of Legacy items filled right here. Pretty crazy. But anyways, we're getting too crazy right now, so I'm going to move those out the way. Yeah, I mean, the Legacy Thunder Megazord just looks epic, and I think I personally really like the way that it looks. This is just an awesome display. It feels nice and big, and it just looks really cool. When you pick it up, because there's so many little pieces here, it feels a little like not put together, kind of, but it works. I mean, it's not going to fall apart, or at least it hasn't for me yet. And, you know, it does its job. Now, the other thing that you can do, I'm going to take out the sword right here and slide it back in. Oops, so that came off. So let me kind of clip this back into place right here. If you just give me 1 second. Let me take this and clip this back into place, just like that, okay? And then you have the staff right here, and I'm going to take the tail of the Firebird Thunderzord and basically clip that on just like that, okay? So there you have it. And then I'm going to hold this just like this. So you have that weapon as well. So that's pretty cool. If you wanted to, you can even dual wield, and you could take out the sword here too, and you could have him hold the sword and kind of dual wield and you know, make some epic poses. And because you can rotate the hand, I mean, that looks cool too. I mean, you could have some fun with this right here. I dig it. I think it looks pretty sweet. But anyways, just wanted to kind of show you that. So you do have that option of the staff. This thing does seem to keep popping off. But anyways, just wanted to show you that. So that is the Thunder Megazord. That's pretty cool. And so now, you know, I want to talk ZordBuilder, right? So one of the cool things is you can combine this with other Zords. So one of the combinations that they promote is the combination with the Legacy White Tigerzord to form the Mega Tigerzord. So I want to show you guys that you don't need the sword and staff for this one, although you will need the tail for the Firebird Thunderzord, so I'll take that off. So I want to show you this combination right here. Now the other thing that you're going to need for this combination, if we bring back the sled, is you're going to need these two black pieces right here. So I pull this off, and I take this piece off right here as well. So you're going to need both of these pieces for this combination. The rest of the sled you can move to the side. So this is what I have right here. You don't need his sword, so I'm going to take away his sword. And let's start with the White Tigerzord and get him ready for the combination. So what you're going to do is we're going to go down to the feet, and we're basically going to take out this piece right here, which if you remember my review of the Legacy White Tigerzord, I was not a big fan of having to pull that piece out of there, but you got to do it. So I'm always just worried about, you know, breaking that piece, but that's how you're supposed to do it. So I'll trust you, Bandai. And then you just bend right here and fold this upwards, and it's going to click into place. So same thing right here, clicks into place. Okay, now you can bring the hands back. Now the chest piece you can pull outwards, so the red is showing right here. Okay, the shoulder pieces are going to fold down, and then this helmet piece you just slide over and then pull this up, so the red piece is showing right there. Now you have the Legacy White Tigerzord ready for this combination. So I'm going to kind of move this to the side right there. Okay, now we're left with the Legacy Thunderzord. So I have this right here. And so what we're gonna do is I'm gonna take off the leg pieces here. So we're gonna take those out. Now this is a little hard sometimes to kind of pull off. It really just really just click into place. So you just kind of gotta pull at it a little. So there we have that, okay? And with the leg pieces, it's kind of similar to what you have already, except you're actually gonna take off this piece. So again, how I'm not a big fan of taking pieces off like that, you have to do that again. So that's kind of one downside. I wish they would have let you fold it somewhere, or maybe somehow fold it underneath this and still make it work like that, but it won't let you do that. So you kind of have to take it out. So really you just pull it and it comes off. So yeah, there's that. And then this one as well, if I can pull it, oop, there you go. You really have to put some force into it. There's that. Then what you're gonna do is you're gonna take a piece down here and you just lift it up and it clicks in just like that. Same thing here, lift up, clicks in, just like that, okay? That's when you're gonna take the Legacy White Tigerzord, and the holes at the top here will just peg in like so. Just like that, okay? So there you have it. So there's that part of it. Then, we're gonna take this here, and I'm gonna kind of take it apart. I'm gonna take off the helmet here. So we'll take that apart. I'm gonna take off the chest piece here. I'm gonna take off the shoulder pieces here. So you just kind of pull it out and slide it down. Pull it out and slide it down. Oops, that piece fell off as well. So I'm just kind of taking it apart. I'm gonna take off the Firebird Thunderzord, take that apart. And okay, so we have a bunch of little pieces here. So what you're gonna do next is basically the little arms right here, you're gonna fold them in. Same with this one, fold it in. And essentially you find the part with not the screw showing, so this way, and this hole attaches onto the peg. Oops, can't really see anyways, let me show you. This hole attaches onto the peg right up here on the shoulder. Oops, this part you just gotta be careful with so it stays up. And there you go. It didn't exactly click into place, but it just kind of, I didn't hear a click anyways. There we go. Yeah, that one kind of did. But it just goes just like that. So you have these big shoulder pieces right there. Then what you're gonna do is you're gonna take the chest piece, okay? And you're actually gonna fold in these pieces here back to how they were, and you're gonna take this little black piece from the sled, and it will just click in just like that, okay? So you have a little grip right here, just like that. And what you're actually gonna do is you're gonna turn around this little combo, and this is just gonna slide in right there. So it just kind of slides in. It doesn't exactly click into place, but it just kind of slides in just like that, okay? Then I'm gonna rotate it back, and what you're gonna do is you're gonna take this other black piece right here, and it's basically gonna be like a handle. He's actually gonna hold it just like this. So he's gonna hold it like this. And the way that you know you're doing it right is if I zoom in here, you'll see when he holds it, this part is kind of curved and you have the circle right there. So it should just kind of sit alongside the circle and kind of complete it right there. Just like, oops, if I kind of show you, just like that. So it should look just like that, basically, and that's how you know that you did it properly, because then when I lift it up like this, what's gonna happen is you have the Firebird Thunderzord right here, okay? And basically, you're just going to kind of fold it inwards again, so that, where am I doing? Oh, I need to put the tail back on, sorry. So put the tail back on, just like that, and it just kind of clicks in, like so, and then this is just gonna kind of fold inwards like that. So it just kind of folds in. This part looks a little odd to me, I kind of wish, I don't know, it would just look a little better than that. It looks a little odd to me the way that it is, but that's how it's supposed to be. It just kind of sits in just like that. So that's that, and that is basically it. Let me just double check looking at the instructions. Yeah, so you don't use the helmet piece. Those 2 pieces we took out of the feet of the White Tigerzord, you don't use. These 2 pieces that we took from the Unicorn and Griffin Thunderzords, we don't use. And you don't use the Red Dragon Thunderzord, that is separate as well. So, what you're left with is the Mega Tigerzord right here. This piece is really just picky with the way that it is. It's just kind of awkward looking, so, you know, I'm not a big fan of that. But overall, I think the combination just looks kind of interesting, I guess. It's kind of neat. You know, I think the top part here looks pretty cool with the shoulder pieces. It adds a nice little touch there. Honestly, I mean, it's basically a White Tigerzord with some shoulder pieces, the Firebird Thunderzord, and the new legs at the bottom right there. From the back, you know, you do have this chest piece here, but, you know, there's not much more to it. It's a very simple combination, but I think it looks pretty cool, though. You know, I think it definitely looks nice. And it's just an example of how the Legacy items really work well together. I think they all just kind of work really nicely together. And really, you can come up with your own combinations too. So you can kind of mess with that. I'm not going to show too much in terms of combinations here because you can go on forever. But just to give you an idea, I'm going to take off the legs right here. Okay, so I'm going to take off the legs. It's falling over. And I have these. I have the Legacy Megazord. I'm going to take off these legs here, and I'm going to attach it on like so. And there you have it. You know, I can use the legs for this. So really, you can kind of mess around with ZordBuilder compatibility however you want. There's a lot of possibilities there. So yeah, so that's that, guys. That's pretty much it for the Legacy Thunder Megazord. I know this is a long review, but there's a lot of pieces to it, and I think it's a really unique item. Having the 5 Zords, they all look really interesting. The different combinations and ways of displaying them look pretty cool. I like the Red Dragon Thunderzord's 2 combos. There's some issues I have with it, but overall it's pretty neat. And it just overall just looks pretty cool. So I dig it a lot. I think it's definitely a really neat item. So hope you guys enjoyed this review. Thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you later. Hope you all enjoyed my review of the Legacy Thunder Megazord right here. This thing is pretty cool. I think it just looks awesome. And as you can see, you have the full lineup of Legacy Megazord items. There's other Legacy items like the Power Morpher and other things, but this is the full lineup of the Legacy Megazords. You have the Legacy Megazord, the limited black edition of the Legacy Megazord, the Titanus, the Dragonzord, and the White Tigerzord as well. So the Thunder Megazord is the latest edition, but they've also announced just recently at the New York Toy Fair that they're making a black and gold edition of the Dragonzord, and we're gonna have the Ninja Megazord coming, and of course we also have the Legacy Falconzord that was announced too. So lots more Legacy items, and that's just the Megazords. There's still more Power Morphers, new action figures on the Legacy toy line, lots and lots of cool stuff, and I love it. The Legacy toy line is some of my favorites just because of how awesome it is and how it's geared towards collectors, which is really cool. So, hope you guys enjoyed. Please hit that subscribe button and share the review if you liked it. Thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you later.